Good evening, welcome to the Sniper's Nest. Tonight we are going to be having another play at Snowrunner. I do apologise, it was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 2, but I built a thing. I'm presently sat in it. I have built myself a fully fledged sim rig for driving. So I have my wheels. I will no longer have the issue of when I push the brake pedal, I skate backwards at a rate of yes. So I can now actually drive. So this is essentially my test of my freshly built sim rig, and I will be taking little notes here and there of things that I want to do or change just to make it a wee bit better. I have a phone right here, I have a cup holder, I have my gear stick, which you can see me changing gears in the bottom corner, and I have clutch, accelerator, and brake pedals. So let's do what I believe I finished up last time. I got to that fuel trailer. Let's go do that again, and then try and remember what it was we were doing here. I can actually push the brake bit. I still need to get used to that and not just take my foot off the accelerator. So let's refuel. I think that is the closest I've had this truck to empty. Right, so let's switch the engine off. I've made a rookie mistake. I do not have a controller. It is over there. So I'm going to reach over and I'm going to try and grab that controller without messing too much stuff up. There we go. Right. And then bring the mic. Just adjust the mic. Wee bitties. That's the wrong place because now I can't see. There we go. Right. So let's have a nosy at the map. I mean, of course, the battery is flat in the controller because why? I'm not gonna lick it, you grub. Ah. Hey, rookie mistake. Forgot to check the batteries. Put them fresh for playing Space Engineer on Friday and thought they'll be fine. They're in fact not fine. Right, let's bring the mic back over. Okay, I'm slowly skating. Maybe having this on wheels wasn't the best one. There we go. Right, let's get the mic there. Right, let's have a wee. Put the controller on now. There we go. Right. So I believe we want to. Well, this big truck here that we want to try and repair. So before we do that, I think we're going to go back and get. We're going to go back to the Smithville Dam, and we are going to try and collect. And we're going to get the repair kit for my big truck and use that. That's a nice straight drive here. Do that. Right, the log station's there. We're here. We're already facing the road, so we can just follow the road. And we can try and see if we can trace it just to drive about and get all these towers. Uh, the big question is, right, I know where this fuel trailer is. So this is presently my fuel source here. I can drive till I'm about. So we'll go with rule of thirds. Drive out for a third, and then we can drive back for a third. And then if there's anything that happens on the way, we've got an extra third for just in case. So we're going to go that way. Right, where's that marker? This is apparently a road. Okay. always the night time in this game. Right, there we go. Let's bring it forward. There we go. Nice and bright. That's how I like it. Right, put the controller there. Right, and then let's drive. Oh, right, Mike's in a bad place. There we go. It's an 8x8 truck. It doesn't do wheelies. Barely goes forward. This truck barely goes forward. It just doesn't. It just goes forward through anything. Very, very slowly. Right, enough. I need to be committed. Right, let's just follow this. Move, step back, just a wee smidge. I've preemptively opened the windows. Cats won't bug me. Thank you for watching. Okay. No, that's a cliff, that's a cliff, that's a cliff. Don't fall off the cliff. There's a hard hat there. They usually mean the bats. Okay, what's the task? What you got? Let's accept that. And let's have a look around about, see what it is. Thank you. My wife got it for me for Christmas. She is amazing. That's there. Oh, I drove right past the tower. See a path up. No, I've not driven past the tower. I've driven up this way and onto the road. So if I just follow this road right, let's just keep driving. See what happens. Let's do some driving. Up the 4th mark up to max. Not gets about by. Okay, alright, that's a bit more this. How's that? Right button. Wow. That's the other side of that. Wow. How big is the gap? If that's the other side of Bridge the Gap. The hell of a bridge. Right, so oh cool. There's a conveniently placed road to my left that takes me up to the tower. It looks like another big fuel trailer up there. Yes, I think we'll drive up and get this tower. So, as they say, I believe in the words of Luke Ryan, float and low, drive slow. Use private into a big public one and get used. Oh, there we go. Oh no. That's a skinny hole. Ah. Oh, fine. Right, let's. Can she get through? Yes, she can. Right. Hard lock. We'll flip the car. And drive. There we go. That's definitely taking this truck places it is not meant to go, but that's okay. Righty. Up at the hill we go. See the marker? There we go. Let's kill the engine. Don't waste fuel. Right, that. Everything. I can see that it's a fuel carrier semi-fuel. Bridge the gap. Am I building a bridge from there to there? Because that's a big ass bridge. Right. So I can follow this road down. Where's the next one? Right. So I believe if I keep following this, I can hardly call it. It's a bloody train. Maybe a bit tipped there, but I should get through. And then follow all the way over to here. So that's where I came at. So yeah, if I keep following this road, get back onto the main road, then follow the main road that way. Let's do that. Let's not do that. Let's do that. As much as I like driving first person, it's a pain in the ass. That does look like it could be as tight as it looked on the map. Okay. Okay. And through there. Okay, there's a road over to the left. Nothing to the right. I can't see anything that even resembles a road. That is a tree. Ah, there's a road. Get me out, that one branch stuck my truck. There we go. There's that fuel trailer. Right, let's get the points for finding it. Yay! Find the trailer. Followed by the big as over to get that out. Oh, that's looking a bit ticked. We may have to rock crawl. What we'll do first is we will try. What? Oh, I'm going to count this. Okay, so we are going to do something hella sketchy. No, 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 no. Fuck. Oh, I can't even clip that. Okay, so apparently I'm at just enough of an angle that my truck isn't stopped. So that's a high point, yes. Ow. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Okay. 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 What the heck do I do now? Right, let's just see. Right. Mm. Right, so truck is wanting to use gravity. Okay. Steering is not a suggestion. Alright. My mic just not working. No, it is working. Right, let's. There we go. Okay, right, got through it. Fence. I would have a house up here. Right, what is nearby? I have not made it far. I topped up my fuel when I was at that tank. Oh, right. Now what do we want to do? I have message with do. Right, so, yes, we want to follow this route. I think this one's going to be the best one. So we're going to go this way, then we're going to take the left. We're just going to follow the road around to the left. Okay. And a house. Mm. Oh. Okay. Keep it down, keep the foot down. I said a little bit about it at the start, but the whole reason for building this contraption that I'm sat in was because it sounds so dumb and arbitrary, but when putting foot on brake pedal, now with my old wheel it wasn't an issue because it was spring tension and didn't have a lot of tension. These new pedals have got a bit feel a bit more realistic. And what I found was when sitting in a standard desk chair, when you put your foot in the brake, you skate backwards, which made it feel very much like it was defeating the purpose of having pedals. So I got out of the habit of even using the brake and just let the cars slow down on the road. So I'm having to relearn. So I'm having to relearn to drive in this game. With use of the brake. I found another trailer! I have got another truck simulator. It's just a demo installed just now. That is maybe going to be a future playthrough, and I might even venture into, dare I say it, racing games. I have no idea where to go, where I'm going. Right, alright, oh, that's convenient. Yes, I was right enough. I want to go that way. There. Then. So I will possibly be looking at doing some racing games in the future. Is that any better? Mike may be a bit upset because I moved it from my desk onto the sim rig. So I'm looking at possibly trying to do some Forza and seeing if I can do a bit of racing. Now, I've never played a racing game with a force feedback wheel, so that is going to be an experience all on its own. Yay! Eh, I doth believe the truck is stuck. Yes, game, because that's the most logical point. Right. That's which. Yes. Right. Now. There we go. Right. Ooh, thank you. Right. Oh, another trailer store. Yay. Now, I'm trying to see if there's a garage up here, which would be nice. How am I doing for diesel? I have 73%. There's that fuel trailer there, there's that one there, but that one's a pain in the butt to get to. Could always be cheeky, go in there, buy a fuel trailer, fill up, then sell it. There. Do I have a crane fitted? No, I don't have a crane fitted. Oh, but if there's a fuel carrier trailer there, it means I can get fuel. Fuel. Fuel means I can keep on going. If I had brought a crane, I could just have lifted that scout trailer and popped it right on the bed. I unfortunately did not lift that. Could not fit a crane. Okay. Right, let's keep. It does bug me sometimes when it decides that steering's a suggestion. And that's the game, more than anything else. There we go. Yay! That was the mod, to be fair. Right. Took 100 litres out of that. Oh, I really wish I had the crane now, because that scout fuel trailer would have been really handy in the backseat of this. Or in the bed of this for doing scouting missions, oddly enough. Right. Let's kill the engine. And then figure out what we're doing next. Right. Okay. We stopped wearing the durags. To be honest, I don't know why, because they were comfy. Let's go up into here. Now, do we take the mountain path or do we just stick to the main roads? Right, we'll just keep going this way. Follow the main roads. Just now. Right. Can I, will I get away with just cutting across the swamp? If I drive it right? That's a question. Okay. That's a wall. Nope. Okay. Insert Austin Powers. Doing the 5,000 point turn. Yeah, I'm not attempting that swamp. Hard lock to the right. Three. There we go. I may bring the durags back just for funsies. Also need to do a playthrough of the Gears of War series. Some point over here. There we go. Nope, that's on the road. We can just stop in and set that mission. Oh, that's a hole. There we go. Driving into a swamp. What could possibly go wrong? The time for me, totally ballsing up the direction of travel. Right, can we? Can we barge that in? I have myself into a bit of a pickle. So, back in that. Okay. Let's go. Oh, this is. I'm going to do something dumb. This is probably going to end badly. This is ending badly. Oh no. I put gate. Oh, I need a fucking helicopter. Oh well, if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing right. I get myself stuck, I'm going to get myself stuck. Hope you don't have a hard lock to one side. How's the road here? If the camera doing things that it's not supposed to. Okay. Come on, truck, you can do it. Uh, Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. That. go. Mm. Right. Let me see. Can we figure out how to get to the next one? Can we get back up on the road? Yeah, I think I am going to get this. Why does the camera keep doing this? Right. Can... That's not the last... Can we do this? Can we figure out how to get ourselves out of this predicament? Can we? What can we do? Can we? Can we? Use that onto that tree and see if that can get us at least up on the... Yes, yes it can. Whew. Right, now, effectively there with this bit, because it's safe to say, I should really not have taken the truck in here. Because I drive in that bit, I'm stuck. If I drive back, that bit's an absolute nightmare. That took me 20 minutes to get through. Do you know what? Do you know what? Bucket. In the fuck it bucket. Can we get this through here? I think it's the short answer. The answer is no. Right. In a word, I'm stuck. Right. So, if someone hadn't decided to shut the fucking gates, this may be doable. Presently, it is not. At least not with this truck. Uh, I do believe I have to do the admit of defeat and recover my truck. 'Cause I was stuck. Uh, right. With this big truck. With this big truck. Oh, let's just take this one back out. Where the feck are we? Right, we're on this map. So we do have jobs to do on this one. And upgrades to get. If something down here requires me to collect all this cement, drop it off here. So, oh, there's no Chevy there. Well, getting that truck along there was a nightmare the last time. Right. Let me see. Let me see. Right, so we've got upgrades. Shall we? Shall we do an upgrade run? See if we can get all the upgrades. So I think that's going to be a fun thing to do. There we go. Right, so we'll clear that off. Drive down this way. Right down to here. And then we'll take this dirt track all the way down to here. And we'll get this upgrade. That gets us the first upgrade. Then we can get this area here thingied in. If we follow this road back up to here, go to here, then we can go round about the rim of the quarry. Nope, that is going to be the wrong way. If we want to do, we want to go to here. No, on the road. And then down to here, along to here, and get this upgrade. That will get us 2 upgrades. Once we've got these 2, we can figure out, and we'll probably double back, or we could try and get back down to here, onto here, then go up this way, all the way up to here, and follow the road. I know that, but there's kind of sketchy. Where's the upgrade went? Right, and then up there, along there, there, and then we can start going up this wee skinny trail to get this upgrade. And then back down the wee skinny trail, which at this point looks more like a footpath. See if we can get up on this road. And get this upgrade, and then while we're down here, we'll get that. Right. So, the big question is, can we do this in one sitting? I think what we'll do first. I'm too lazy to drive it right. Right. Where is my crane? Add my loading crane. Right. And then let's go do something sketchy. see if it'll give us. Let me buy. Yeah. Where is. Well, let me buy a scout trailer. No, it will not let me buy. Right, so I need to have a scout here to get the scout. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Right. What? Need to do something a bit cheesy. Grab you. Right. And then let's go do this. And flatbed, exploration unit, service. Buy one of those. Close. That's trailer. Recover. Right. And now there'll be a convenient place, 900 litres of fuel, right there that I can go put into this truck. Right. 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 Okay. Anchors out. Rain mode. Right, and lift. Casually lifting a ton of trailer. Come on. Right, let's rotate you around. Rotate, 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 rotate. Too much. Too much rotate. Not enough rotate. Okay. There we go. We have so now we have an extra 900 litres of fuel. Doing it the cheesy way. Right. Okay, and do teeth, and break off. Right. And off we go. We are off on an adventure. Oh, steering feels heavier this time. Whee! Whee! Oh, let's see, where can we... Oh, the marker. And the... Follow the markers. You get the upgrades. Tell me to go to Alaska with this truck and see if I can get the advanced special gearbox, which will give me more gears. Right. Whee! Let too much steering, nothing. There's no time. Oh, running. No, the reason for building the seat set up is I've seen people use them on the likes of, in fact, a lot of people have people use them for doing racing sims, but you never see anybody using them for driving trucks. I thought I really want to give that a match, just to see if using an old chair out of an SUV and a few planks of wood give me something usable. And it is surprisingly comfortable. It's almost like this seat was designed for driving. I've got this, and still wait to hear back from Nuffers about when we are going to be doing the big charity stream. 14 hours in the name for getting funds for big hospital down south. I need to get the details up for that. But it's all for a second. I'll actually bring it up just now. Uh, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Let's go away. I love you dearly, cat, but no. Stop it. Name of charity, where have you gone? Oh, Tiny Lives Trust for premature babies and Great Ormond Street Hospital for children with cancer. So at some point in the future we're going to be doing a 14-hour speed run of this game. Also with me being in it not very fast because I drive, I would say like a granny, but my granny constantly speeds when she's driving. So I will try to drive much faster, but if I can get the special gearbox, shit. Not paying attention to the sat nav. Need to follow the detour. So I need to get ideally the special gearbox, which will make this a little bit faster. And then I need to go to Russia to get the bigger engine, so I can get the big engine in this and the big engine in the other Azov, and we can use it for doing much more fun things and probably rescue people. Rescuing people is fun. That is mod. Not to mention getting leveled up so I can get the appropriate tyres, would probably come in just a wee bit of handy instead of using the stock tyres for every truck. The big truck, the stock tyres are fine. This truck, the stock tyres are not so fine. They are mediocre. And and the engine's pretty mediocre as well. And its high centre of gravity is less than stellar. This thing has the turning circle of a boat. Pokiest gear on its reverse. Okay, right. And seeing. Seeing would be nice. So as not to accidentally just drive my way into the river. Driving into the river is not a good time make. Yeah. Okay, so that upgrade, there it's there. Oh shit. No, no, no. Behave. Behave, truck. Right. Don't forget, engageable all-wheel drive. What trucks does this work for? The White Western Star. Okay, right, so, one upgrade. Down, 3 more to get. Okay, right, let's go. Right, let's see. What can she do? Can she get into high gear grunt? Yes, she can. Right. A wee bit of speed on it. Okay, right. I was a bit overzealous. Okay, and let's... The road. Steering is not a suggestion. It's a command. And... Look. And the noises. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna flip this on its ribs. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Ah, nailed it. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Oh. Ooh. Righty, tighty. Right. Let's follow the road. Where it says there's a road. But is this the type of thing that truckers have to deal with in real life? Just put it in Google Maps. Google Maps says here, go that way. That way is not a way. I've seen it happen down in England quite a lot. The big heavy trucks. They, you see them. You see pictures of them now and again on the Green Lane forums. Now, for those uninitiated or across the other side of the pond, you have Jeep trails. In the UK, mainly England and Wales, we have green lanes. Green lanes are just roads that are not roaded. They have no tarmac, they have no surface. They are just old farm tracks, or another name for them is a bridle way. They're mainly used for horses. But every now and again you'll see someone with a big Land Rover attempting to drive along a green lane, which is unfortunately the closest thing we have to going off-road in the UK without going to a designated off-road centre. Well, the normal roads and surface, the normal road surfaces in Scotland are just like the surface of the moon. Aye, surface of the moon's accurate. Down out. So what tends to happen is because the green lanes are classed as roads, truck drivers just go right. I need to go to this place. Plummet into the sat nav, and the sat nav, despite there have being signs to say don't take your truck down this way or four-wheel drives only, they try to take a 44-ton truck down the green lane, and then it becomes a big palaver right fast in a hurry when their big truck gets bogged up to the axles and gets completely stuck. And not just a wee bit stuck, but stuck on a soft bit of mud that is designed for either horses, quad bikes, or horses, quad bikes, or people with too much money that own Land Rovers. Right, let's drive into this quarry. This is... Sorry, signposts. I think you're getting battered. No. Oh. And I think I want to take a left here. That's a hole. Left one right. Excellent. But a funny story that involves big trucks. Now, where I stay, there is there's a couple of towns over, but I drive through a town on my way to college, and there's a wee petrol station, but next to that petrol station there is a bit of waste ground, and over the course of the last month, on two separate occasions, I've been driving by, and there has been a 44-ton truck. I think I'm just taking a wrong turn. There's been a 44-ton truck that has driven onto the big bit of waste ground, thinking this is the perfect place for me to spin my truck round. And they've found out that yes, there might have been a car. You might have watched a car doing that, but they found it the hard way that your 44 tons of truck will in fact sink through a bit of ground that a car will quite happily sit on and drive over. So driving past, and it's not even like they're old, roughed up, heavily used trucks or logging trucks. These are big delivery trucks, and the drivers are usually stood at the front of it, scratching their head going, well, what do I do now? But after the second truck, they've had to fence off with temporary fencing to stop the truck drivers from driving into that area. But it's obviously, it damages the ground, but it could also cause it causes headaches for everybody involved, including the landowner. Excuse me. Ooh, this is a bit tight. But a few years ago, in fact, a few years ago, 10 years ago, I had the closest thing I've ever owned to a proper off-road vehicle, and it sounds daft, I had a Subaru Forester. Absolutely loved the car. Was not a fan of the fuel consumption, but I absolutely loved the car. If you're ever looking for an economical car, do not get a bloody Subaru. In fact, do not get anything Japanese with a 2 litre petrol engine and all-wheel drive. I had a, oddly enough, I'm sitting in the seat from the last one, which was a Honda CR-V. Don't get me wrong, absolutely lovely cars. But the fuel consumption should be done in gallons per mile, not miles per gallon. So, if you're wanting to get something economic, do not get something Japanese with all-wheel drive with a 2 litre petrol engine. They are not economic. The Subaru was the closest thing I had to a proper off-roader. Absolutely great car, but big, heavy-duty off-road rated springs in the back end, which in hindsight was a bit dumb because you needed to put a few hundred, you needed to put probably around 40 or 50 kilos in the boot just so that the springs had a bit of give. I believe it, I'm seeing this from the wrong side. Right, can we do a sketch 8? Yes, we can. There we go. That's how it's done. Raise suspension. What can this go on? The Scout 800. Okay. So, oddly enough, the suspension I put in the Subaru was raised suspension. Oh, mad. So, I used to take that Subaru and I used to go some ridiculous places with it. But because there's no green lanes in Scotland, there's nowhere I could take it off-road. So it made trying to do things that were off-roady a bit more difficult, but I had a favourite road. It was in Kilsyth, or just north of Kilsyth, heading up towards Carn Dam, and it was called the Tacmadoon. And yes, it is spelled exactly how you say it. The Tac, T-A-K, Ma, Doon Road. And it is a lovely road. It has a wonderful viewpoint halfway along it. But there's a couple of sections where the farmers took his Land Rover and made kind of side. I think I've taken a wrong turn again. I have. I was meant to turn right back there. Yeah. So I used to have a good bit of fun, and I would take those little Land Rovers, the bits that the farmer had. Oh, I would take my Subaru, and I would drive myself into those little bits where the farmer had set up for his Land Rover. And this is when I found out that my Subaru did not come equipped with the limited slip differentials. The man looking at a map. Of course I look at a map. I have two words for the likely man evader that is trying to get me to buy views and popularity. They are not polite, but the second word's off. This is when I discovered that the Subaru did in fact not have the limited slip differentials, which is basically you've got diff lock. If you're watching this game, you know what diff lock is. It just locks all wheels so they all spin together at the same time. A limited slip differential essentially allows one wheel to slip a bit before locking the differential and then turning both wheels at the same time. The Subaru, in fact, had fully open differentials. Did you know that if you put your front right wheel on something and your rear left wheel on something, with open differentials, you in fact get stuck? Oh look, this is the average road in Scotland. So I got essentially high centred across two wheels, which I found out is a bit of a pain in the backside. And because I changed to those big chunky springs in the rear, it gave it that much more tension to hold itself up. So I was very much stuck. So I had to get my kids, well, my ex-partner, my kid's mum. I had to get her to go out and push the back of the car because she doesn't have a driver's license. So she had to push the back of the car while I put the Subaru into low range and gave it a good rev. And she managed to bounce it just enough that it managed to catch and then jump forward just enough that the car got unstuck. Unfortunately, while it got itself unstuck, it sprayed up a cloud of mud all over her. So I was about as popular as a fart in a spacesuit that day. I think that happened, I think 2015 that happened. So I never did that again, for obvious reasons. There's no other real shenanigans I got up to with that car either, because I had the fear of doing shenanigans and getting stuck. Oh. Oh. I think can I, what other things can I talk about to be quite funny off-road driving? Oh. Oh. Oh, am I gonna get stuck? Am I gonna get stuck? Oh, I know, short corner, man, looking at a map. I unfortunately admit that my sense of direction is shit. Oh, can this truck get up this hill? Oh, that bush is doing a lot. Right, there we go. Right, when I was talking about high centering, it wasn't a moment. I didn't want to high center this truck. Eh? Big seesaw. Right. So I do also happen to suffer from this wonderful condition called ADHD. Now, everybody will have seen TikTok videos or Facebook videos talking about how ADHD is a superpower. It can do this, it can do that. ADHD is a shit show because you can look at your house and it can be an absolute mess. You can look at something that's a mess and go, I want to clean that mess, and then you'll stare at it. But when it comes into the kind of superpowery things, is when you focus on something, you have to do it. You see a thing and you're like, I must do that thing, and nothing else matters until you have done that thing. So what you do is you will then spend, oh shit, ah fuck, you will then spend the, I'm above average intelligence, I admit that. I have absolutely no common sense. So what I, so because of that, what I do is, yes, that is an exact thing. I procrastinated for 2 years. I've been in this house for 2 years. I've said I am going to put shelves up. I'm going to put these shelves up, and I've been saying it for 2 and a bit years, 26 months, and then over the course of 3 days, I put almost all the shelves up. I've got two more ready to put up. It'll probably take me another 2 years to put those ones up, but I've got another two ready. I've got another three that are just needing the brackets put on before I fit them. I'm just kidding, dear. I am going to fit those shelves, but I'm getting onto the hyper focusing thing. So what I'll do is I will look up. Perhaps I will literally over the course of 3 or 4 days, I will gain a working knowledge of whatever the subject is. Big example, I'm sitting in one of those things. I went online, I spent hours and hours looking up how to build these things. I got instructions. I read the instructions. I deleted the instructions. I then sat and was frustrated for several days because I didn't have the wood. I went and got the seat. I had the seat sat. I couldn't figure out how to mount the seat. So it was basically, it occupied my brain until I built it. So I genuinely built the entire frame for this yesterday. And mounted the seat yesterday. And then today I sanded it and I painted it. Shit, where's the fucking turn? No, wrong game. So I basically I had to do it. There was no take my time and just do it. Do a bit today or do a bit tomorrow. It is, I must do it all in one sitting. There is no do a bit, then do a bit, then do a bit another day or do a bit later. It will occupy my brain until I have finished it. And it'll be the only thing that I can get my mind on because I need to finish it. It isn't a case of I want to, it's I need to. And this game is kind of it's good and bad because it is teaching me that I do need to take my time. It's filling the itch for off-road driving, which is something I've always wanted to do. It requires a lot of planning. If anybody has watched anything to do with Matt's Off-Road Recovery, MORR, you'll know why all my trucks are yellow. Deep respect for that guy over in Utah. And I thoroughly enjoy his videos. And it's not just a case of watching the videos for the sake of watching the videos or for entertainment. I watch them because I'm absorbing that information on how to do recoveries. I'm learning how to recover trucks. I'm learning all those things. And it's my my, my dad has worked as a mechanic for fuck knows how many years. Basically his whole adult life. He's owned his own business, he's ran a motor. It's where I learned how to it's where I learned how to be a mechanic. Just I never went to college to be a mechanic, so I don't have the bit of paper. Check the map before I do something stupid. Okay, I need the controller. So what I will so no, don't want to do that. Right, so yes, the turning is right here and it goes to the right. Okay, so I've lost my train of thought. Nothing new there. So it occupies my mind until I get it completely finished. So this game is filling my itch for off-road driving without me wrecking a real vehicle because real vehicles cost a bloody fortune. That's where I got. That's where I got to my dad and me being a mechanic. Right. So I learned how to do some basic fabrication, fix cars, do welding. I just unfortunately didn't get along with my dad's brother, my uncle, which caused friction, which caused me to eventually go, do you know what, I'm not paid enough to deal with this shit. And I left. Thank you for the follow, Lordy Boo. And I've hit my phone again. Right, there, stay. Right. Freeway. I got one of the advanced gearboxes, but it's the freeway. Let's go on the scout here. Okay. There's a Hummer in this game? A Hummer H there? Oh, the loaf. Loaf is a nice truck. I need to figure out how the fuck I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do like a 300 point turn round. But I think I am going to have a wee 2 minute break and stretch my legs, and I will be back just shortly. Bye bye. Oh, honey, I'm Jack. Right. Anyway, where were we? Ah, yes. We were about to do a 5,000 point turn to try and turn a 7.5 ton truck around, essentially on a dime. Now, I did remember to switch the engine off before I disappeared for a wobble, because I had been driving for almost an hour and a half. Right, wow. Right. Okay. Right. Here. No, 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 no. Right. So, my dad that taught me all the kind of basics of fabrication, but what it doesn't, one thing that it doesn't really know how to work with. Now, he's absolutely fantastic with metal. He is not the best at working with wood or electricity. Let's be honest, no one likes. Seriously, truck? Right, badly. So he's not the best at working with wood, and he does the sensible thing. He hires people to do it. But he did try. When he was at school, he made an absolutely wonderful table. Um, my parents had it in the house for as long as I could remember, till they got Fudge Shadow, who Shadow passed away a few years, sadly passed away. They, but the dogs were hyperactive and they absolutely destroyed it just by jumping up at the window, because that table lived underneath the living room window. And it's the only thing I've ever seen my dad make out of wood that wasn't like a kind of fabric of the. The last time my dad tried to do something with wood, he was building a bit of fence in the back garden, and he had to go A&E because he almost chopped his own finger off. This is a guy that works on cars all day. If he could get away with it every day, but he's meant to be half retired at the moment. Oh, I have no idea what type of situation I'm getting this truck into. Right. Well, my dad taught me how to do all the fabricating. So rather than making an intricate plan and then having this pile of bits, right, I'll put that because where the feck's the road? And then having this road should be right. So I need to take a hard left. So rather than having this pile of nicely cut nicely cut bits of wood, and then it just all slots together all nicely. I was taught more a kind of build a bit, then work out what you need to do to make the next bit. And well, no, that isn't going to work for absolutely every situation. It worked for things like building the chair, building the shelves. Oh, have I got this stuck? That's, that's not one. So it works for some stuff. Like, for example, um, build the shelves that I was putting up. So things like that, it worked for that. So rather than planning out on the wall where I'm going to put the brackets and then figuring that out and putting the brackets on, then putting the top of the shelf on, then trying to screw that down. It's more a case of I get the bit of wood, I paint the bit of wood, I measure the bit of wood, I drill holes in the bit of wood, I attach the brackets to the bit of wood. I then work out what height I want the shelves at, I want the shelf at. I then put a mark on the wall. I put one end of the bracket where I want that, and I drill one hole. I mount that one side. I mount one hole out the two for that side, and then I have a big lever. So I rotate it a wee bit, I drill more holes. I'll mark where the holes are once I've found it level. I drill where I want the holes. Mhm. And that allows me, rather than taking 20-25 minutes to mount a shelf, of doing all the complex measuring, it allows me, at least it's not assholes, at least it's not assholes. Oh, you would turn it round to that. Oh, shit. Shit. So, figuring out where I want to drill the holes, it takes me a fraction of the time than doing it the way I've got. I did have a copy of the Reader's Digest of how to do just about everything. It was for the 1980s. It was an older book, but a lot of that knowledge held true. Uh, huh. Oh, that's tweet. So, learning how to do things by just doing it, and having that little bit of problem solving. Because rather than having things done for me, it was more a case of a whole new just essentially fuck about and find out, but no in the bad sense. It was just keep road. I can't see the road. I am facing the correct direction, so go this way, see what happens. So it's a lot more learn, a lot more learning than just like it was the same when I was learning how to do mechanics. It wasn't a case of I'm going to show you how to do this once. It was there's the tools. This is the tools you're going to need. I think I've just bogged this truck. Uh, I mean, where did that road go? See one, do one, teach one. I mean, there's the road. I've took a right way too early. Let's. So, I think I've watched some of Grey's Anatomy, but not much. What happened? Something. So, what the way I got taught was, or there's the tools. Figure out what it is you need to do. So, for example, I was doing the first car I put on the road, which was Citroen Saxon. It was right. It needs this bit replaced. Okay, so I need to replace that bit. So it was I believe it was the front passenger strut assembly because the wheel bearing hole was all walled out and it wasn't circular anymore. It was oval shaped. That's how I got the car. So I had to look at what needed to come off, and I had to figure out the order that those bits needed to come off to replace them. And I more or less I got help with one bit, which was separating the ball joint. I knew how to do it. I was just like I was 18 and didn't have the physical capacity to do it. So that was and that's almost 20 years ago now. So yeah, I lacked the physical ability. It wasn't that I lacked the drive or the knowledge. I knew what I needed to do. I was just wrong here. I was just not able to do it. So that see one, do one, teach one. What the fuck's that? It goes right. I don't like doing this. Why would I need to teach you how to change a tyre? No, no, you mean changing the wheel. Is that what you mean, not changing the actual tyre on the rim? Oh, very different. I mean, that's something. I remember that. So, and I can't remember if it was, I think it was early last year. My wife went to the next town over, and through no fault of her own, managed to pop the front tyre, the front passenger tyre of the car. Listen, through no fault of her own, because there was a metal grate hidden in some mud, and she caught the sidewall. Could have happened to absolutely anybody. And of course, at that point in time, we only had one car. So we only had one car. I'm getting really frustrated by this area. What the fuck am I? How the hell did I end up there? Okay, so I want to go back. There's apparently a road that way. So I went from up here to up here, and I want to be here. So she caught the sidewall of the tyre on this metal grate, and obviously metal versus rubber. Metal's going to win. So rather than I had the wee yin, tiny wee the tiny terrible toe rag, and we all had one car at that point. So the only way, I mean, like, there's one fucking tree, and I've managed to hit the fucking tree. So, um, so it's like, okay, she's got a burst tire, and I need to be there to change the wheel, the space saver, so that she can get moving again, because she's through there to get her wedding dress altered. So of course I'm not allowed to see the wedding dress because Padlock's seen the wedding dress before the big day. So the only way that we could figure out, well, the only way I could feasibly see me getting there to get that done was the only mode of transport I had, because there's not a bus that goes from our town to that town. So I had to think on my feet, and I went, do you know what? I've got a bike. I've got a trailer for the little one to go in. So I did what any dad would do. I loaded the appropriate tools. I loaded the appropriate tools to make the job easier into the trailer of the bike. I put the small human into the bike. And I then proceeded to cycle the 3 miles was it 3 miles, three and a bit miles to get to the next town over. We go and change the wheel. So I cycles all the way across. I gets there, and I change the wheel, and then it's like, okay, so the mother-in-law was there as well, along with my brother-in-law, and they are trying to figure. They had the spare wheel out the boot, and a few other bits and bobs, but I got there and I helped. I got it all squared away. And then we loaded. We ended up just going, rather than the cycling. Yeah, you got it up with the jack. I had to take it back after jack to loosen the wheel nuts though. So we loaded the. So we ended up with I dismantled the trailer, got the wee unit into the one of the cars. I think it was in the mother-in-law's car, along with the trailer, and then we loaded my bike. After taking the wheels off, we loaded that into our car. And, and I think it took us almost a week to get a new tyre on the car. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Absolutely bloody not. Behave. That's That's what I was meaning. It took us an age to get the just to get somewhere booked for to change the tire. It didn't help that we had the car had a real odd it has a real oddball size of tyres in the front. I need to get them changed to the same size as the ones in the rear. Hey, just to get it so we can get so it's all the wheels are the same size tyres again, rather than the two off the old car on the rear axle and the two originals from that car. So I had to go the way. That, am I getting around it? Oh, I'm getting round to it. I'm definitely taking the struck places. It's not meant to go. Oh, I'm actually using the brake pedal. Oh. That section was quite complicated. Ah. Oh. So, oh, there's the blatant upgrades right there. What one's this? What? Turn out. I have put input in. Once I stop this now, I'm going to get this thing refueled. Oh, a race suspension kit. The White Western Stars. Okay. Right, let's top up the fuel. Take a third out of that. I think the next thing we'll do to that, the big car. So, you'll hear me talk about the big car and the wee car. So, we've got two different cars. The big car and the wee car. Oddly enough. So, the wee car is just a wee commuter car. What, for the sole purpose of the wife using it to get to work. And for me to go to my volunteering commitments. And occasionally college, depending on who's got more mileage. Whoever has the most mileage to do that day, they get the little car. Because it is so damn good on fuel. Honestly, even with today's prices for fuel, it's not priced off the road. And for well, a whopping £20 a year road tax, I am not complaining. I think I've did that tyre drive. because I think this was the last point on the map. So whoever has the most miles to do uses a small car. So one week it's so the next job I've got on the big car is going to be I need to try and find a driver's side rear caliper for it. Because apparently when they decided to sell cars over here, they decided we're not going to bother making parts easy to get over there. We're going to sell the cars, but you'll have to send to Korea for the bits. So I can get the new caliper from Korea. It will cost me £50, £60 for the caliper, and then £250 shipping or thereabouts. Or I could get second-hand ones from I think there was Latvia. Was another place I could get. I could get one from, and I was like, nah, I'm no particularly game for ordering stuff like that because it's a bit sus. Right. So, what we're going to do here. I think I've almost discovered everywhere on this map. I've certainly been and got all of the upgrades. I've got a job that involves me grabbing a trailer and taking it here. That's no, I can't do that because I've got the crane on. Can't tow trailers if you've got crane apparently. And also I don't want to leave that scout trailer just lying at my arse. So I'm going to need to certainly not drive this road back, but I'm going to take the main road up. And I've not been to Drummond Island yet, so is it Drummond Island or no? I've been to the Smithville Dam. No, I'm at Smithville Dam. Island Lake is the one I've been to, I think. I've not been to Drummond Island. So let's go. We'll do a UE. I'll follow this road all the way up. And then we'll go to Drummond Island. Just to go have a look. Do that. Oh, right. Try to work out. Try to work out why I'm not turning the camera. I inadvertently had enough pressure on the clutch. Hey, activate that. Right. So let's go have a nosy at Okay. And now oh, right. On you dare. Sketchy. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, oh no. Right. Okay. Oh. Right. Go up and see if we can get up this hill. Can this truck get up this hill? Or do I need to get the big engine? I think I really need to go to Mir and get the big engine because this is a big hill. Like, a really big hill. Or I need to use the other truck. I think it would just have got completely, utterly stuck. Oh, that light. That's the finished streaming light. I still need to get my bag squared away for college tomorrow. That'll take me 5 minutes. Come on, let's get me up the hill. Come on! Come on, truck. It's just some boulders. You'll be fine. This is somebody's driveway. Are there places where like a road like this is the driveway? Apart from the place where apart from the place where I bought the small car. Uh, oh, oh, this is sketchy. Oh, right. Trying to find out I went right around the bloody road that I'm trying to go to. Crossed over it or something. Oh, I've not got to it yet. Oh, this is just about there. always feel like this truck's gonna flip over on me every time a side dips down like that. Sweet. Stop. No. Stop against stop. No, no anti and stop. Let's hope the wheel doesn't do the thing. Big Pacific truck is anything to go by, this is gonna be a sucky place. There's a road. Yeah. Initially. Right. Well, let's have a wee look at this. Let's see what it is. Ah, this is one of the places I have to take medium log to. Okay. Get all my medium logs. I should be able to get 4 lots. Mod wrestling. That's That's from the auto repair place. Some city folk thought it'd be nice to get back. Surprise, surprise, they got stuck in the mud. I'd complain, but I make most of my income off these shows. Can you help? Yay! A recovery mission. Keep forgetting, I've got 4 lots of medium logs to deliver up here. Let's have a wee look at. Just park up, kill the engine, and we'll have a wee look at the map. Not a very big space. 1, 2, 3, 4 towers, that's it. Right. There is a boat. I have under the impression this entire map is just mud. Oh. Should be doable. That's mud wrestling there. Oof, that's about a mission. But next time, so probably tomorrow evening, I will be back on here and we're going to see if we can get these 4 done. We might even see if we can probably bring a second truck up here and the fuel trailers and set up a base camp in here. Might also see if I can bring the 4 lots of logs with me while I do that. So it is fair to say the new wheel setup, the whole new rig, is an astounding success. It is comfortable. It is fun to drive. And other than, I could maybe be doing with the gear stick being maybe 4 inches back, maybe 6 inches back. I could be doing with the gear stick being just a wee bit back. maybe something better for the mic to sit. But it's fair to say it has been an absolute success. It has been complete success. And I will post some photos on the Discord of this in various states of building. And I hope to see you tomorrow. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. And if you're over on YouTube, hit subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye.